What's up, YouTube? So I decided that I would have a little story time so you guys could get to know me. After all, I'm asking you to subscribe to my channel. And we're going to talk about how when I got fired the week before Christmas, and now I'm on unemployment, and I just started a YouTube channel. So let's back up a little bit on how I got here to Whidbey Island, Washington. So a little bit of background on me. I am a semi-retired interior designer. I've been in the industry for 20 years, and I'm looking to transition into art therapy and also nomad living. My ultimate goal is to find a piece of land, probably in the Midwest. That's where I'm from. Born and raised in Chicago. Go Bears. Until I was in 8th grade, and then we relocated to Wisconsin, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Never converted to Packers, so don't even think about it. And my dad found us a house out in Bristol, Wisconsin, where the nearest gas station was 20 minutes away because there was nothing but cornfields. Culture shock. So fast forward, we grew up. I went to high school in Kenosha, went to college in Kenosha. That's where I got my interior design degree. Let's rewind a little bit. I'm sorry, because there's an important detail. I'm a mother. I've been a mother for over half of my life. I got pregnant when I was a sophomore in high school with my son. So I had my son when I was a junior in high school. Very challenging, but made me who I am today. So let's go back to graduating high school, or college, I'm sorry. Graduated college in Kenosha, interior design degree. But I also had a second child. It took me 7 years to get my degree. I had to go part-time because I was raising children. So I do have a second child, my daughter. My children are 8 years apart. They're both in the military. I am a military mom as well. Son's in the Navy, daughter's in the Army. That's about all I'll say about that. I am a grandmother as well. My son has blessed me with 3 grandchildren. So back to Kenosha, Wisconsin. I have 2 children. I have my degree in interior design, and then I bought my first house. It was in the ghetto, but single mom, raised my 2 children on my own in the ghetto. Never had any problems. Always had a dog, pit bull. We lived in that house for 11 years, and then life happened, and I had to foreclose on my house. But hey, we were there for 11 years. Solid foundation, right? So fast forward, it was 2018. Kids are grown. I left Kenosha, Wisconsin, and I moved to Florida. I have family there. I even lived there for some time with my mother when I was a child. But I decided to relocate to Florida. I had done some bartending for the motorcycle events, Bike Week, and I enjoyed my time there. So I decided to relocate to Florida. And when I left Florida from Wisconsin to go to Florida, November 11th, 11/11/2018, if you know, you know. It was -50 and snowing in Wisconsin. So that gives you a little bit of a perspective on why I wanted to move to Florida. So anyways, fast forward, moved to Florida, lived there for a little bit, and then 2020 hit and COVID happened. I was working at a job in Jacksonville, designing kitchens and bathrooms, and I got laid off, like millions. So I decided to apply for a job all around the United States. I was submitting apps in because I didn't have any ties. I was living in a condo in St. Augustine, Florida, on a golf course with my dog. And I had no problem selling everything I owned in my condo, packing up my car, my Mitsubishi Mirage, with my dog, and driving to wherever I found a job. So I did. I got interviewed for a job in Maryland via Zoom. All new. We were all in the same situation. So it was all new. I got interviewed for a job in Maryland. Frederick, Maryland. Don't know a soul there. But he hired me. And he also paid my moving expenses. Put me up in a hotel. Well, until I found an apartment. But everything happened as it should. Boom, boom, boom. I found a job. I got an apartment. It was the highest paying job I ever got in my life. Plus some benefits. Okay. So fast forward almost 2 years, another opportunity presented itself, a better opportunity. So I applied for that job and I got it. Senior designer, kitchen and bathroom, more money, better apartment, yada, yada. There a year. And then I just felt like a hamster in a wheel. Making the most money I ever made in my life. And yet I spent about almost $20,000 in rent. It's like the more you make, the more you spend. You never get ahead. Credit card debt, like everyone else, almost $8,000. I just, no pension, no nothing, kids, but the kids are set. That's success. My kids are grown. They're in the military. They have pensions. They have college paid. Everything's great. Beautiful. We all want our kids to be more successful than ourselves, right? But no pension, no benefits. Spent almost $20,000 living in Maryland, no family. I made a few good friends, though, I will say that. And they're still dear to me today. Beautiful state, though. I'll go visit. One of my favorites. So everything happens for a reason. I mean, I'm not saying that, no pity party or anything, but still, I thought to myself, there's got to be more to life than this. I'm just existing. I'm not truly living. I don't feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I made a choice to, again, sell everything that's in my apartment. You'll see I have 2 YouTube channels. This one in addition to Highway Hippie, which the link is in my description. And it highlights all my travels. But if it's from the beginning, the first few videos, it shows you I sell everything in my apartment down to nothing. And Cody and I, we pack up the car and we drive cross country. I decided to drive to San Diego because we don't need to go into so much detail, but the cost of living there is outrageous. My son was there for the Navy with toddlers, daycare, crazy. So I said, well, I'm just going to quit my job, pack it up, and I'm going to come to California and I'm going to help you out. I want to be close to my grandbabies anyways, because they're growing up. Toddlers grow quick. I mean, I was missing a lot. So we decided I would go live with him. I was going to get caught up on my credit cards. I was going to help them out. They're going to save money. And we're going to go from there, right? So like everyone else, you gig it up, DoorDash, Instacart, Uber Eats, whatever you got to do to make money. I did it, right? So we drove cross country. I don't want to get too much into it. I want you to watch my videos and see. We get to California and he has new orders. We're eventually going to make our way to Whidbey Island, Washington, right? So let's fast forward because you can watch all my videos and see the trip. It's beautiful. I'm here on Whidbey Island. I find a job right away, which was great because this is just a little island. It's all military. But I found a job designing kitchens and bathrooms. I was working there 3 months after getting hired. It took me in the office, told me I was performing beyond expectations, gave me a raise. Great, right? Beautiful. Fast forward, 3 months or so. They don't have much traffic, but I'm still at that point in my life where I just feel like I'm just existing. I'm not truly living because I love to travel and I just want to travel cross country, drive, and I have never been out of the country. I've traveled road trips cross country 4 times in my life, but I've never been out of the country. So that's another reason I decided to start this channel. But anyways, let's stay focused. I'm at that job. 3 months into it, I start to, get bored, and I'm sure it shows, in my character. But fast forward from June to December, we're at a week before Christmas. I go into work like a normal day, and I get fired on the spot. I say, can you tell me why you're going to fire me? I'm not legally obligated to tell you why. Okay, well, I understand that, but human to human, you've never ever written me up. You've never took me in the office to tell me there's a problem. And matter of fact, you gave me a raise. So I strive to be a better human being tomorrow than I was today. So how can I do that if you're not telling me what I did wrong as a human being? No response. Okay, so now I'm looking at you as a man and I'm thinking you're pretty cowardly. I didn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking. You can't tell me face to face. All I've ever done, I did say this, all I've ever done was help you. Anytime you help me or ask me to help you, boom. You know what he said? He said, it's nothing personal. Oh, this is very personal for me. It's very personal because I need to know what I did wrong so I can improve on my character because clearly I have some work to do. He still won't tell me. Okay, well, let me just sit down for a minute because I need to come up with a game plan because now you really just threw a wrench in my system. So I sat down, because I don't want to make a scene, but I'm really heated. Sat down, and then I thought to myself, well, unemployment, right? So got up quietly. He gave me a box. Oh, yeah, he gave me a box to pack up my stuff. Okay. And then, like, he was going to stand there and watch me. I said, you don't have to watch me. I'm not going to steal anything from you. I don't need nothing from nobody. Clearly. So, and I got something wrong with my eye. Sorry. Dry eye syndrome, it's called. Clearly. So he went over and sat down. And then I packed up my little box, gave him his key, and I quietly left. Then he proceeded to send me text messages asking me for passwords and all this. And I said, look, as of about 30 minutes ago, this is all via text because I wanted everything to be in writing at this point. As of about 30 minutes ago, I'm no longer an employee of yours, so don't call me barking effing orders. Okay? He said, if you don't give me the passwords, I'm going to call the police because that's stealing. I said, you know what? It doesn't surprise me given the situation that I just had with you. It shows your character. So I went ahead and gave him his little passwords that he needed to make his job easier because I didn't have nothing that they didn't have. Okay? They just didn't feel like looking. So came home, Sat down with the family, told them what happened. My son was ready to go kick his beat. Anyways, everything happens for a reason. When one door closes, generally another one opens, okay? That's just usually how the universe works. My ego was a little hurt, clearly, because I had only been fired one other time in my life, and I've been working since I was 15 years old. I'm 49. So I needed to know what went down. If I got a customer complaint, that's fine because, again, I was bored, remember? I wasn't happy. I needed something more. I needed to create. The artist wanted to come out, okay? So he doesn't know he did me a favor. Oh, and another thing, I didn't have health insurance. At that point, I hadn't had health insurance for 2 years because we all know that when you become a middle-class citizen, you have to start paying a premium for your insurance. Even if you get a credit from the government, it costs you at least $400 out of pocket. Okay? So we don't need to get into all that. I didn't have health insurance for 2 years, okay? So I had a lump in my breast and I needed it to get looked at, okay? But I didn't have health insurance. Well, I got fired. I'm not too proud to go down to DHS and ask for food stamps and state insurance because that's what it's there for. That's how I raised my children. And now I'm here on this island alone. My son's on deployment. And I'm in this house with these dogs, dog sitting. No job, no family, no friends. Just got fired a week before Christmas. So I went and got some food stamps, got some state insurance, got that lump looked at, benign, beautiful. Went and got some new glasses, was wearing readers for almost 2 years. These are prescription, and they turn into sunglasses. So, and unemployment came through. Took a while, always does, but so he doesn't know that had he not fired me, my life wouldn't be where it is right now. And then I also decided to go full force with my YouTube channel. I have two, again, Designs by Holly and Highway Hippie. Highway Hippie focuses on my travels and my dog. I have a deaf dog, Cody. That's what that channel is about, Highway Hippie, a deaf dog's journey across America. And then I also just started Designs by Holly, creative healing and healthy living, focusing on a healthy lifestyle, mind, body, and soul. I enjoy cooking healthy recipes. I've lost weight, and my goal is to have the strongest, healthiest body by the age 50. And I'm 49, so I'm almost 50, and I'm doing real good as far as my health. I will be going to the doctor here soon to get a physical, so my blood work will come back, and we'll see where my numbers are. I can tell you that the last time I got blood work, which was 3 years ago, I was pre-diabetic. So let's see. I've been doing the keto recipes. I share them all the time. I started art therapy, so I just did a video on that. And then I will be doing some interior design videos like organizing, space planning. I'm going to be rearranging my room here in the next couple days. I'll be doing a video on that. So again, I just wanted to share a little bit about myself and my background because, I don't want to just ask you guys to subscribe to my channels and you don't even know who I am and my background. Right now, like I said, I just want to create content of all my travels. You'll see. I just learned how to do thumbnails and all that. You'll see. So I'm going to strive to do my best to create the best content. I will say that I took a leap of faith, and I sent an email to Chevrolet because I have on my vision board, I'll show you, a Chevy Blazer driving across country to the Yellowstone National Park. That's going to be my next adventure, and that's going to happen in April. But I want to do it in a new Chevy. So this is my vision board. And as you can see, I actually have two Chevy Blazers. And it says driving Yellowstone. And this is a Chevy ad. And here's my healthy living. So the goal was to have a healthier lifestyle and make $1 million. Build a tiny home. Simplicity. Bucket list. But most importantly, driving Yellowstone in a Chevy Blazer. So I reached out to Chevy. I said I think it would be great for us to collaborate and be partners. So I can drive the Chevy Blazer cross country and vlog the whole way. If they say, I'm going to say, when they say yeah, then I'll reach out to a gear place and a place that will do a build out for me, because I love to car camp. So that's my goal. And then to get a camper, a small camper, and then to find a chunk of land, park the camper on there, and start building my tiny home. So that's my story real quick, a little bedtime story for you guys. Stay tuned, and I hope you like and subscribe my channels. And thanks for listening. And if you ever feel lonely, just reach out. I'm here all by myself with these 3 dogs. And I'll talk to you anytime you want. Thanks. Good night.